when you make that turn and you start to head back, the impulse says, you know what? What if we just go all the way back today? Now it feels like a little bit like we're on the home stretch. In fact, I can almost see the car. Well, very happy morning to everybody out there. Here in the deep backcountry of Kings Canyon, it was a gorgeous morning. The sky full of these perfect popcorn clouds. Hardly a breath of wind, and all the lakes, even the big ones, were glassed out with these mirror-perfect reflections. Now, this is the penultimate morning of my trip, and that second-to-last morning is always a little bittersweet, because this is the point where I turn around and I start heading back, and my thoughts turn towards home and normal life, and a shower and a good meal, but also to work and to-do lists and kind of the typical annoyances of daily life. So while there's part of me, that's looking forward to sleeping in my own bed and having a nice hot shower, it's always sad to leave such a special place behind, especially when the experience is so personal. There's nobody else out here. I haven't seen a soul in 3 days, basically. I'm going to be back on the JMT PCT. And even though that is still nothing compared to, say, living in a city, compared to being out here where there's nobody, it's going to be a little bit of a shock. There's just a very clear distinction between this really personal solo time out here in a remote basin and pounding the same bit of trail with hundreds of other people, kind of all seeing the same thing and having the same rough experience. So again, it just marks a distinct change in the tenor of this trip overall. I need to get going because I have a feeling it's going to be really stormy today, and I want to get over this pass ASAP. All I got to do today is just one cross-country pass, which is up right there. But that's going to drop me down into a valley where I'll be able to meet up with the PCT JMT, or the picked jump, I like to call it. And when I get there, well, probably end up going to chill. I think that was a sentence. Oh, if only all cross-country travel could be like this. Just beautifully consolidated granite slab, super easy to walk up. It's just a delight. What a treat. Oh my God, I could walk on granite slab like this all day. Like candy store. Slab's fine, slab. As I get up closer to it, this crossing looks better and better and better. There's even more slab going up from this lake. So there's a little bit of talus there in the middle, and then more slab at the top. Love it. Look at this freaking place. If this was easier to get to, it would be as popular and overrun as Kearsarge Pinnacles or Ray Lakes. But I got it all to myself. It's just for me today and anyone else who puts in the work. So put in the work. Come check out this badass place or places like it. This has been an extremely enjoyable ascent over these wonderful slab intermixed with easy alpine turf. But that road ends here, and it's on to the pure talus portion of the show. And so I'm going to give you Josh's tip number 2 for hiking on talus. Just put your trekking poles away. They are super skittery on this stuff. You put it in the wrong little pocket and it'll just and then if your weight's on that, over you go. You might have to work a little bit harder. It might make your legs a little bit more tired, but you'll be way more stable, like a little billy goat, just billying your way up the rocks. That was excellent. That talus was so stable. It makes all the difference when you can move with confidence through the terrain. Very nice. And now, back on this cool slab up to the top. Let's go.
El Paso.
Amazing how different.
Two sides of one pass can really be. The side is so steep and precipitous, and I can imagine if you came over this way and looked down the slab, it would be very intimidating. This side is just a mellow walk-off all the way down to this grand open basin. Now it feels like a little bit like we're on the home stretch. In fact, I can almost see the car. Not quite. There's this impulse that hits every time. Happens to me, it happens to everybody that I've ever been out with and everybody to talk to. That when you make that turn and you start to head back, the impulse says, you know what? What if we just go all the way back today? It's like now that the goal has shifted from this wilderness exploration and adventure to we're gonna sort of meander back to the car. It's like, let's just get it done. And it's the weirdest thing because it's a complete flip-flop of, when you start, I can't wait to go spend all this time in the wilderness and really immerse myself in nature. And then as soon as you make that switch, it's like, I can't wait to get out of here. I don't know how to describe it really. Man, I am ready for a break. It just hit me hard. Kick off the old pack, stare at some big mountains, eat some food. Oh, now that was exactly what the doctor ordered. I feel like a new man, or a Newman, Dan Newman, the fittest guy that I knew in high school. Anyway, the place that I've got in mind to camp tonight is not too far away. So I'm gonna follow this lake outlet down a little bit further into the basin. I'm gonna drop all my stuff and I'm gonna jump on the pick joke and head up to one of the famous passes here just to have a look around. And as soon as I stop nodding, I'm gonna go do that. Come here, you. Let's go. Gotta give props where props is due. It was pretty bleak and austere up there in that upper part of the basin, but down here in the meadows, this is pretty grand. It is a very grand view. It really does make a big difference hiking on a trail so fast. I mean, not just is it physically easier, but it's a lot mentally easier as well. Just to the old brain off and bop along. I've arrived to the pass. Looks like just in time to get rained on. Now we'll see. But wowzy, wowzy, wowzy. The view is sensation. This has to be one of the most triumphant pass views in the Sierra. This is really dramatic and incredible. But as wonderful it is, all my stuff is back down over there. So it's time to hitch my britches, head on down the old dusty trail. Well, now you know it's not a real Sierra adventure till you find yourself in the middle of a hailstorm. It's coming down just hard enough to be tolerable. No big deal. And as luck would have it,
My pack is under that tree, right? Yeah. It looks like there's a bit more rain coming in. We might be subject to sprinkles the rest of the afternoon. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to find a campsite and I'm going to chillax. For tonight's camp, I'm going to tuck off the pick jump here and into a little alcove. Now, according to the map, has a couple of nice lakes in it and should afford a great view down this massive canyon. These lakes, they were supposed to be just around the corner, just right around the corner. Yeah, they just did not want to show up. But once I finally got around that nook, here they are, very well protected. Nice, pretty little lakes with a nice view. You know, I was expecting this area to be nice,
I was fully prepared for it to be, not even that exciting and kind of looking forward to just being able to chill all afternoon. I was hoping, of course, that it would be beautiful. What I was not expecting was for it to be this magnificent. You know what? I'm not sure this backpacking thing is really all it's cracked up to be. Just not really any beauty to be found out here. I mean, look at this. This is just dumb and lame. Why would anybody ever want to come to a place like this and see something like that? This season, it seems like these storms just linger and linger all the way through sunset and into night. And today, for example, I thought I was in store for kind of a nice balmy afternoon when the sun was out earlier and it was baking hot. And now I'm looking up here behind me and there's more and more weather on its way in. It's 7 o'clock and instead of breaking up and clearing out, it's getting darker and crazier out here. So I think it's going to start raining again here pretty soon. I got to go put the rain fly on my tent and batten down the hatches for what could be a very stormy night. Just in time. Here comes the rain. Well, that took a hot minute. Calm down. There's a lovely little glow going on out here. It's still sprinkling a little bit, but I'm going to brave it because I'm starving. I'm ready to eat.
The rain was the appetizer. The main course, we have a coconut chicken curry and spiced apple cider. What spices do you think they used? I hope garlic and cumin. Wow, that was delicious. A better dinner I have never had. So good. Anyway, I am well and truly pooped. Oh, I'm going to go to sleep. It's like 9:02 p.m. I'll see you tomorrow. Very good morning to everybody out there. It is the last morning of this trip, and to be honest with you, I'm so glad. As much as I love being out here, I am completely wrecked. This has been physically the most strenuous backpacking trip I've ever been on, and I'm ready to take a little bit of a break. And mentally as well, traveling cross country takes a surprising mental toll. You're constantly making decisions about what route to take and which boulder looks best and which path you should move through in the landscape. And then on top of that, creatively, the photography has just been over the top. And that's been amazing. I have no complaints about that, but there is a point you reach a level of oversaturation where you can't really take any more in. You just completely overstimulated like a little hamster surrounded by 50 different size running wheels. And so yeah, you gotta take a break and just gotta let those levels simmer down a little bit. So yeah, today the plan is basically just a boogie back to the car. I did get up to shoot the sunrise this morning, although it was very, very overcast. A tiny little bit of red and orange light came slicing over the mountain ridges right at sunrise, but it was quickly swallowed up by the clouds. And although it is beautifully warm and calm out this morning and the reflections in the lakes are absolutely pristine, the sky is, it's just kind of muddy, untextured, oatmeal, lumpy stuff. So it's not really that interesting. In a way, it's good because it's an opportunity to spend some time away from the camera and just get breakfast going, get the tent packed up, and get ready to take off. Look at all these piles of shit. Beautiful place to take a dump, my friend. I guess those training hikes I've been doing this summer are paying off because
After 7,000 foot cumulative descent today, my knees are still functional, I'm still upright, and I'm still moving. Nevertheless, I am so looking forward to sitting down, getting to my house, having a shower, having a good meal, more sitting down, and of course, planning the next trip. Thanks so much for following along. If you enjoyed this video, let me know, and I'll make more like it. Till next time, have fun, happy adventuring, and happy shooting. Today, I'm gonna be hiking and camping somewhere that I've walked past 1,000 times, but I've never actually stayed at. There's 3,000 total feet of climb from the camp to the top. Dizziness persists. All the valleys to the west are full of smoke. There goes sunset, 13,500 feet. It is now time for the headlamp. Long, dark slog ahead of us. Oh, it's a tent. It's my tent.